Hello everyone, I'm Ali and welcome to another lesson of Dynamo inside Revit. In this lesson, we are going to start our course officially, and in this session we are going to see what is the workspace of Dynamo and uh, learn different part of the Dynamo window. So, first of all, let's start from the top bar. The top bar, you can see some tabs. These names are tabs. In each tab, you have some tools. For example, in File, you can create new project, open a recent project, save your project, and something like that. Or for example, in the Packages tab, you can manage your package, install package, and something else. We will see all of the part of the tabs and all of the tools in our tabs. In this session, we want to see the difference between sections of Dynamo and see what is the sections of Dynamo. In after tabs, in next line we have some tool like new, create new project, open recent project, save, undo and redo, and we have actually dashboard icon, and workspace means your workspace. You can have another workspace here, we will see in future. After that we have this workspace. This is our main workspace of Dynamo. So this workspace have this workspace has these two part. The second part is background, means the window. Here you can see we have a background and a graph mode. This is graph mode. It means that you can not orbit, zoom in, zoom out, pan or something else in your workspace. So this is for generate your your nodes, your connect your nodes with wires, create your script, create your boilerplate and something like that. And the background mode is for check your model in background. So we will see what is the difference between these. And here you can have some tool like zoom in, zoom out, zoom to fit, orbit or pan. We will see what is the difference. And here the most important part of Dynamo. Its name is library. Library contains lots of nodes that can be used in your script. For example, you need to add two value. For example, value 1 plus value 2. You can find it in this library. Or you need to have your structural framing. For example, you need to calculate total length of your structural framing, so you should get the data of structural framing of your project. Or for example, you need to assign some material to any element in Revit. You should find the desired node here. So this is the most important part of our Dynamo. And here you can change your run mode, manual and automatic. Manual is for a script that should run in a huge model or in a heavy model of Revit project, and automatic can be used in a light script. For example, in your script you didn't any action in Revit. You can just read the data and, for example, export it to Excel or something like that. This is light um, functionality in Dynamo. You can put it on automatic. I put it on manual always, because if you put it on manual, each change in your uh, each change uh, each change in your script uh, can uh, can stuck your project, because if you made any changes in your script, Dynamo run your script automatically with each change. So this is our part of Dynamo. Let's start with a simple node. If you right click on your workspace, you can see a window like this. You can search your nodes here, or you can search your nodes here, or you can find it with, for example, click your categories. So this is library, this is library, these are categories. For example, category of math, subcategory of operators and nodes. This is the hierarchy of your library. So you have library, you have category, for example Revit, subcategory, for example element, another subcategory, for example name, for example tag, and some nodes. These are our nodes. Each node can do something. For example, let me element, for example, get parameter value. So I am on library, I am on Revit category, element subcategory, another element subcategory, and get parameter value by name. This is the name of your node. If you click on it, a new node will add it to your project. So this is it name is node, and each node can do something in your Dynamo. Some node extract data from Revit, some node write the data into Revit, some node do mathematical operation for you. Some nodes can be used for extract the data into Excel, for example, or text file, or like something like that. We have a lot of nodes here, and if we should learn all of the nodes. No, you shouldn't know all of the nodes in Dynamo. You know, uh, when you are working with Dynamo in some project, you use some you can find some node by search, by ask someone else, and or find it with search in your library. You learn the node. For example, if I explain this one node to you, you learn it forever, and you don't forget it anymore. You know, so you should find and learn about nodes in time, in with working with different projects. with different script. You know, it takes some time to you to learn a huge number of nodes. So this is node. A node have a name like this, element dot get perimeter value by name. A node can have some input. These are inputs of this node, you know. Let me, actually, no problem. And a node can have some output. So these are inputs, these are outputs. And you have a line here that show you what is happening inside a node. So we will see about it. For example, this node is used for get the value of a perimeter in Revit. So the input needs an element or some elements. If you put your mouse in the input, you can see Revit.elements. And another input is name of your perimeter. What is the name of your perimeter which you are getting its value? For example, let me minimize it. Here, let me write a wall, create a wall here. If you can see, we have a wall. For example, we need to read the, for example, area or length of this wall. So you can pass the wall element into your first input. You can pass the perimeter name, length, and see the output for length of your wall or all of your walls. So for element, I'm just give you some example. We are here in this session. We are not. We don't want to learn any script. You know, I'm just show then what is the node, what is input, what is output. So don't worry about it. Okay, I'm not learning any script to you in this session. I'm just show you the part of the different part of the Dynamo. Okay, so we have elements. So we need any element to pass it to this input. So you can search it here. Select element, for example, or right click and here search. Select model element. You can find it here or select model element. Yeah, you can find it here. You can click on this, you can click on this, or you can find it by knowing the location. For example, in Revit, in selection, select model element here. There is no difference. You can find it in any way is suitable for you. So this is selection. This is a node and this is a node. Let me change it to manual mode because it shouldn't run it. The input is select. So if you click on select, you should click any element in your Revit. If you select anything, if you can see, Dynamo captured it. Dynamo get it here. This is the element ID of your wall. So the output, what is the output? Let me run it. If you click on run or press F5 on your keyboard, you can see what is happening inside this node. This node have one wall inside it. And so the output have your wall. So you can click on output and then click the input of other node. This name is wire. Wire connects nodes together. You can connect one node to another node, another node to another node. This is wire. So if I run it, there is nothing inside this node. Why? Because we have another mandatory input. Some inputs are mandatory, some inputs are optional. Uh, the red line you can hear, you can see here, shows that this input is mandatory. So perimeter name, how we can pass any perimeter name? So we need some string. So you can right click and search string here. You can search it here, string. Or you can find it, for example, go to, I don't know, a string, uh, for example, inspect and something like that. You can find it here. The string is on basic. Okay, let me delete it. And you can write the name of your perimeter. For example, I'm looking for length of the wall and connect the output to input and then run. If you can see, you can get your length of your wall here. If you can see, the wall length is 4000 millimeter and I can see 4000 here. So this is just a simple example of what is nodes and what is happening inside nodes, you know. So let me summarize it. We have some node, we have some input, we have some output. We can connect input to output of another node with wires and we can see the result here. This is the summarize thing we have learned in this session. So let me show you another example. Let me put it here. For example, we are going to add a value to another value and see the result. Good. So we need a number, for example, number here with value of 4, for example. And we have another number. We have another number, for example, 2. And we are going to add this value to this value and show the result. So we need an operator. We need an operator, for example, plus. We are going to sum this value with this value. So we can connect the output to first input and output to second input and run it. If you can see, the value is 6. If I put it on automatic, if any change made, for example 6, the script run automatically, you know, here. So this is the this is another example. So let's start and a little work a little with Dynamo. See what is the part of your Dynamo. Let's finish this session here, and in next session we are going to see what is data types in Dynamo. We have string, we have double, we have integer, we have Revit elements and something like this. We will see about data types inside Dynamo in next session. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and see you in next session. Have a good time and goodbye.